The sky was a deep purple as the two fierce predators, the purple-eyed Utahraptor and purple-eyed Megaraptor, faced off in a barren wasteland. The air crackled with energy as the two dinosaurs launched themselves at each other, colliding with a force that shook the very ground beneath them. The Utahraptor, with its glowing purple eyes, used its powerful claws to slash and gnash at the Megaraptor, but the Megaraptor fought back with equal ferocity. The two creatures rolled on the ground, locked in a deadly battle for dominance. As the fight raged on, the Utahraptor found itself thrown against a rock, its body aching from the impact. But with a roar of determination, it unleashed waves of purple energy from its claws, pushing the Megaraptor back and giving itself a moment to regroup. The Megaraptor, however, was not to be outdone. With a swift tape swipe, it sent the Utahraptor flying through the air, only for the Utahraptor to retaliate by grabbing the Megaraptor by its tail, thrashing it against a nearby rock. The two dinosaurs clashed with increasing intensity, each one determined to emerge victorious. The Megaraptor, its purple eyes shining brightly, seemed to heal and recover from its injuries at an alarming rate, making it a formidable opponent for the Utahraptor. But the Utahraptor was not one to back down. With a fierce roar, it emitted energy waves from its roar, breaking free from the Megaraptor's grip and launching a counterattack that sent the Megaraptor sliding across the ground. As the battle continued, the landscape around them was left in ruins, with rocks shattering and debris flying everywhere. The two dinosaurs seemed locked in an endless cycle of attack and counterattack, neither willing to give an inch. Eventually, the fight led them into a series of caves, where they continued to clash with destructive force. The cave walls trembled as the two dinosaurs rammed into each other, sending shockwaves throughout the underground chamber. Emerging from the caves, the battle reached its climax as the Megaraptor, with a burst of speed, launched itself at the exhausted Utahraptor, sending it flying through the air. The two dinosaurs collided with the mountainside, shattering rocks upon impact. In a final, desperate struggle, the Megaraptor grabbed the Utahraptor in its jaws, thrashing and gnashing at it with all its might. The Utahraptor, panting heavily, seemed on the brink of defeat as it was mercilessly attacked by its relentless opponent. But just when it seemed like all hope was lost, the Utahraptor summoned the last of its strength, regenerating its injuries with a final burst of purple energy. With renewed determination, it fought back against the Megaraptor, finally managing to gain the upper hand. In a last, epic showdown, the two dinosaurs clashed with a force that shook the very earth. The ground trembled as the two predators fought with all their might, each one determined to emerge victorious. In the end, it was the Utahraptor that emerged triumphant, its glowing purple eyes fading as it stood victorious over its fallen foe. Exhausted but victorious, the Utahraptor found a peaceful spot to rest, its wounds slowly healing as it drifted off to sleep, the night sky dark and serene above. The battle was over, but the memory of the fierce clash between the purple-eyed predators would live on for eternity. Words. 557. In a prehistoric world filled with purple misty gaseous substances, two fierce purple-eyed raptors, Utahraptor austramaci and Megaraptor, found themselves in a deadly battle of strength and will. The screen focuses on the clawed feet of Utahraptor as it prepares for the impending clash with its formidable opponent. As the purple misty gaseous substance slowly swirls around them, the purple-eyed Utahraptor locks eyes with the purple-eyed Megaraptor. The tension is palpable as they circle each other, ready to engage in combat. Without warning, the Megaraptor lunges at Utahraptor, sending it crashing into a nearby rock. The two raptors engage in a fierce and brutal battle, rolling on the ground uncontrollably as they claw and thrash at each other with all their might. Utahraptor uses its glowing purple eyes to regenerate its wounds and injuries, while Megaraptor emits purple energy waves from its roar to gain an advantage in the fight. The battle rages on as they trade blows and try to gain the upper hand. At one point, Utahraptor manages to grab Megaraptor by its tail and thrash it against a rock, causing it to crack. But Megaraptor retaliates, sending Utahraptor flying with a powerful tail swipe. The two raptors continue to clash, their purple eyes shining brightly as they unleash devastating attacks on each other. They collide in midair, sending shockwaves through the environment and leaving destruction in their wake. Utahraptor, covered in wounds and scratches, refuses to back down as it uses its claws and tail to fight back against Megaraptor's relentless attacks. The two raptors engage in a fierce aerial battle, scratching and biting at each other while falling through the sky. Eventually, they land on a plateau, where the battle reaches its climax. Megaraptor gains the upper hand, throwing Utahraptor into the air and launching a vicious assault. Utahraptor, battered and exhausted, struggles to fight back against its relentless opponent. The screen fades to black momentarily before revealing the aftermath of the battle. Utahraptor and Megaraptor are both battered and bruised, but neither is willing to give up. They continue to clash, using every ounce of strength and power they have left. As the fight reaches its peak, Megaraptor manages to gain the upper hand and ultimately defeats Utahraptor. The exhausted Utahraptor lies on the ground, seemingly defeated, as Megaraptor stands victorious. But just as Megaraptor prepares to deliver the final blow, Utahraptor musters up the last of its energy and strength. With a burst of purple light from its eyes, Utahraptor manages to turn the tide of the battle and defeat Megaraptor once and for all. As Megaraptor lies defeated, Utahraptor slowly gets up and walks away, visibly exhausted but victorious. It finds a peaceful spot to rest and heal, closing its eyes as it drifts off to sleep, the battle finally over. The screen fades to black, leaving the outcome of this epic battle shrouded in mystery and intrigue. The story of the purple-eyed raptors will be passed down through the ages as a tale of bravery, determination, and the unbreakable spirit of the prehistoric creatures who roamed the earth. In a prehistoric world filled with purple-eyed dinosaurs, a fierce battle ensued between two powerful predators, the purple-eyed Utahraptor and the purple-eyed Megaraptor. The screen focuses on the intense clash of the two creatures, their claws slashing and tails swiping with ferocity. The purple misty gaseous substance surrounds them, adding to the eerie atmosphere of the fight. The Utahraptor, with glowing purple eyes, faces off against the formidable Megaraptor as they engage in a brutal duel. The ground shakes with each impact as they grapple and push against each other, both vying for dominance. The purple energy waves emitted from their roars add an element of danger to the battle, creating a thrilling spectacle for any onlookers. As the fight escalates, the Utahraptor is thrown against a rock by the Megaraptor, their bodies rolling uncontrollably on the ground. The Megaraptor gains the upper hand, jumping on the Utahraptor and scratching it with its claws. However, the Utahraptor retaliates by using its own purple energy waves to push back the Megaraptor and gain some space. The two dinosaurs continue to clash, each using their unique abilities to try and overpower the other. The Utahraptor manages to grab the Megaraptor by its tail, thrashing it and throwing it into nearby rocks. The Megaraptor, refusing to be defeated, launches itself at the Utahraptor, initiating another round of intense combat. As the battle rages on, the two predators collide in the air, their bodies entwined as they scratch and bite at each other. The sheer power and ferocity of their attacks create shockwaves that reverberate through the environment, leaving destruction in their wake. The Utahraptor, covered in wounds and scratches, uses its glowing purple eyes to regenerate its injuries and continue the fight. The fight takes them through various terrains, from rocky caves to open ground, as they relentlessly pursue each other. The Megaraptor, with its glowing purple eyes shining brightly, refuses to stay down, even after the Utahraptor inflicts severe damage on it. The two dinosaurs clash with such force that the very ground beneath them trembles, and the air crackles with energy. Ultimately, after a grueling battle that leaves both dinosaurs exhausted and injured, the Utahraptor emerges victorious. With one final burst of energy from its glowing purple eyes, it regrows its lost tail and begins to heal itself. As the night falls, the Utahraptor finds a peaceful spot to rest, finally able to recover from the intense conflict with the Megaraptor. The screen fades to black, leaving the audience with a sense of awe and wonder at the epic showdown they have witnessed. The complex creativity, thrilling genre, and event-driven narrative of the story have captivated viewers, immersing them in a prehistoric world where fierce dinosaurs battle for supremacy. Words. 459. In the vast and desolate land of prehistoric times, two powerful creatures, the purple-eyed Utahraptor Austramaceae and the purple-eyed Megaraptor, faced off in a ferocious battle that shook the very foundations of the earth. The screen focused on the clawed feet of the Utahraptor, its purple eyes glowing with intensity as it prepared to face its formidable opponent. As the purple misty gaseous substance slowly floated around them, the purple-eyed Megaraptor emerged from the swirling fog, eyes locked in a deadly stare with the Utahraptor. The two creatures wasted no time in engaging each other, their primal instincts taking over as they clashed with a force that sent shockwaves through the air. The Utahraptor, using its purple energy waves to fend off the Megaraptor's relentless attacks, found itself thrown against a rock, the impact causing cracks to form on the ancient stone. But the Megaraptor was relentless, jumping on its smaller foe and engaging in a vicious battle that saw them rolling and thrashing on the ground uncontrollably. As the two dinosaurs fought tooth and claw, the Utahraptor managed to gain the upper hand, using its jaws to thrash and toss the Megaraptor away. But the Megaraptor, fueled by its glowing purple eyes, unleashed a savage counterattack, sending the Utahraptor flying with a powerful tail swipe. The battle raged on, with both creatures using their unique abilities to gain an advantage. The Utahraptor's glowing eyes allowed it to regenerate its wounds and injuries, while the Megaraptor's shining eyes gave it the strength to recover from devastating blows. As the two dinosaurs clashed in the skies, their bodies colliding with the force of falling boulders, the landscape around them quaked with the intensity of their battle. The ground shook, rocks shattered, and the very air seemed to tremble with the power of their conflict. But despite their fierce fighting, it was the Megaraptor who ultimately gained the upper hand, using its glowing eyes to heal itself and launch a final, devastating attack on the weakened Utahraptor. The smaller dinosaur, battered and bruised, put up a valiant fight, but in the end, it lay defeated before its mighty opponent. As the Megaraptor walked away, its purple eyes fading into the night, the Utahraptor's last reserves of energy were spent. It found a peaceful spot to rest and heal, finally succumbing to exhaustion and drifting off to sleep as the night fell around it. The battle between the purple-eyed dinosaurs had been fierce and destructive, a clash of titans that had left both creatures drained and wounded. But in the end, there could only be one victor, and the Megaraptor had emerged triumphant, while the Utahraptor lay in peaceful slumber, dreaming of another day when it could rise again and face its foe once more. Words. 466. The sun was setting on a desolate landscape, casting an eerie orange glow over the rocky terrain. Among the jagged rocks stood two fearsome predators, their purple eyes glowing in the fading light. The Utahraptor Austramaceae and the Megaraptor faced off, their claws glinting in the dim light. As the two dinosaurs locked eyes, a strange misty gaseous substance began to swirl around them, its purple hue matching the color of their eyes. Slowly, the mist coalesced into a solid form, revealing the purple-eyed Megaraptor facing off against the purple-eyed Utahraptor. With a sudden burst of energy, the Megaraptor lunged at the Utahraptor, their bodies colliding with a thunderous crash. They rolled on the ground, claws and teeth flashing as they fought for dominance. The Megaraptor managed to gain the upper hand, pinning the Utahraptor to the ground and delivering vicious scratches with its sharp claws. But the Utahraptor was not one to back down easily. With a fierce roar, it unleashed waves of purple energy from its claws, pushing back the Megaraptor and giving itself some breathing room. Seizing the opportunity, the Utahraptor grabbed hold of the Megaraptor's tail with its powerful jaws, thrashing it around before flinging it into a nearby rock. The Megaraptor retaliated, leaping back into the fray and landing a devastating tail swipe on the Utahraptor, sending it flying through the air. As the Utahraptor crashed to the ground, it shook off the impact and regrouped, its glowing purple eyes scanning the area for its opponent. Just as the Utahraptor thought it had the upper hand, the Megaraptor launched itself into the air, soaring high above the battlefield before descending with incredible speed. The Utahraptor narrowly avoided the attack, dodging out of the way before the Megaraptor's claws could connect. The two dinosaurs clashed once more, pushing and shoving each other with immense force. The Utahraptor, covered in wounds and scratches, used its glowing purple eyes to regenerate its injuries, granting it a newfound strength in the battle. It managed to gain the upper hand, seizing the opportunity to strike at the Megaraptor and inflict serious damage. But the Megaraptor was not so easily defeated. Its own purple eyes began to glow brightly, its injuries healing before the Utahraptor's eyes. With renewed vigor, the Megaraptor grabbed the Utahraptor by the throat, its jaws clamping down with an iron grip. The Utahraptor fought back, using its own energy waves to break free from the Megaraptor's hold. In a quick and brutal exchange, the two dinosaurs clashed once more, each determined to emerge victorious in the battle. As the fight continued, the landscape around them began to crumble, the force of their attacks causing rocks to shatter and the ground to tremble. The two dinosaurs were locked in a deadly dance, each blow resonating with power and ferocity. Finally, after a fierce and grueling battle, the Utahraptor managed to gain the upper hand, delivering a fatal blow to the Megaraptor and sending it crashing to the ground. As the Megaraptor lay defeated, its purple eyes fading, the Utahraptor let out a victorious roar, its glowing eyes filled with determination. But the battle had taken its toll on both creatures. The Utahraptor, exhausted and injured, slowly made its way to a peaceful sleeping spot, settling down to rest and recover from the intense fight. As the night fell, the Utahraptor closed its eyes, finally finding a moment of peace after the harrowing ordeal. And so, the two fierce predators, once locked in a battle of epic proportions, now lay at rest in the quiet of the night, their rivalry fading into the darkness as they both sought solace in the stillness of the desert landscape. Words. 621. The sun was setting on the rugged landscape, casting an orange glow over the rocky terrain where two fierce predators stood ready to battle. The screen focused on the clawed feet of Utahraptor ostramaceae, the larger of the two raptors, as it dug into the rocky ground. Its purple eyes glowed with intensity, locked onto its opponent, the purple-eyed Megaraptor, emerging from the misty purple fog ahead. As the two dinosaurs stared each other down, a tense silence fell over the area. Suddenly, the purple-eyed Megaraptor lunged at Utahraptor, catching it off guard and sending it tumbling into a large rock. Utahraptor quickly regained its footing, using its purple energy waves to push back the Megaraptor and engage in a vicious battle. The two raptors clashed and rolled on the ground, claws and teeth bared as they fought for dominance. Utahraptor used its powerful jaws to thrash the Megaraptor, while the Megaraptor countered with swift tail swipes and energy waves of its own. The ground shook with each impact, rocks crumbling under their ferocious battle. Utahraptor, covered in wounds and scratches, used its glowing purple eyes to regenerate its injuries, while the Megaraptor displayed its own healing abilities with its bright purple light. The two dinosaurs continued to clash, their movements fast and fluid as they tore through the landscape. The fight escalated as the Megaraptor launched itself into the air, landing heavily on Utahraptor and sending it flying. Utahraptor retaliated by grabbing the Megaraptor's tail and throwing it into a nearby rock, cracking the surface upon impact. The Megaraptor swiftly recovered, using its glowing eyes to heal and launching itself back at Utahraptor. The battle raged on, both raptors using their claws, jaws, and energy waves to gain the upper hand. Utahraptor managed to pierce the Megaraptor's skull with its claws, but to its surprise, the Megaraptor's purple eyes began to shine brightly as it healed and fought back with renewed strength. Utahraptor found itself in a desperate struggle as the Megaraptor grabbed hold of its throat, refusing to let go. With a burst of energy, Utahraptor broke free and unleashed a flurry of attacks, finally throwing the Megaraptor far away. But the Megaraptor returned with a vengeance, launching itself at Utahraptor and colliding with immense force. The two raptors clashed in midair, scratching and biting as they fell towards the ground. The impact created shockwaves that reverberated through the area, leaving a trail of destruction in their wake. The fight continued on the plateau, in the caves, and against the rocky cliffs, each blow more powerful than the last. As the battle reached its climax, both raptors found themselves exhausted and injured, their glowing eyes fading as they struggled to stand. The Megaraptor, barely able to move, began to walk away in defeat, leaving Utahraptor to rest and heal in peace. Utahraptor, its lost tail regrown and wounds healed, settled down to sleep, the fierce battle now just a memory in the quiet night. The intense battle between the purple-eyed raptors had come to a dramatic conclusion, one filled with thrills, suspense, and complex emotions. Each moment of the fight was driven by the events unfolding, leading to a gripping finale where both predators pushed themselves to their limits in a fight for survival. The creative elements of the story, from the glowing purple eyes to the energy waves and healing abilities, added a unique and fantastical twist to the thrilling battle between these ancient creatures. Words. In the prehistoric world, two ferocious predators, the purple-eyed Utahraptor ostramaceae and the purple-eyed Megaraptor, found themselves locked in a deadly battle for supremacy. The screen focused on the clawed feet of Utahraptor as it stood ready for the confrontation, its glowing purple eyes fixated on its opponent. The purple misty gaseous substance floated around them, adding an eerie atmosphere to the scene. As the purple-eyed Megaraptor emerged from the foggy mist, the two dinosaurs locked eyes, a silent challenge passing between them. Without warning, the Megaraptor lunged forward, colliding with Utahraptor and sending it crashing into a nearby rock. The two predators rolled on the ground, claws and teeth flashing as they fought for dominance. Utahraptor, using its powerful purple energy waves, managed to push the Megaraptor off and gain the upper hand. It thrashed the Megaraptor with its jaws and claws, causing it to stumble back. But the Megaraptor was not so easily defeated. It launched itself at Utahraptor, using its tail swipe to send it flying. The battle raged on, with both dinosaurs exchanging blows and sending shockwaves through the ground with every clash. Utahraptor, covered in wounds and scratches, used its glowing purple eyes to regenerate its injuries, giving it a renewed vigor. The Megaraptor, with its own glowing eyes, proved to be a formidable opponent, healing its wounds and launching itself at Utahraptor with renewed strength. The two predators continued to clash, their movements swift and brutal. They collided with each other, sending rocks flying and causing the ground to shake. Utahraptor managed to gain the upper hand once again, using its claws to pierce the Megaraptor's skull. But to its surprise, the Megaraptor's glowing eyes started to shine brightly, allowing it to heal and launch a counterattack. The Megaraptor grabbed Utahraptor by the throat, refusing to let go despite Utahraptor's attempts to break free. Utahraptor, using its glowing purple eyes, emitted energy waves from its roar to finally break free and gain the advantage. It grabbed the Megaraptor by its tail, thrashing it and throwing it away with all its might. As the battle continued, both dinosaurs launched themselves at each other, their movements a blur of claws and teeth. They collided with such force that the ground around them trembled. Utahraptor managed to gain the upper hand, using its glowing claws to stab the Megaraptor's chest and deliver a fatal blow. But to Utahraptor's shock, the Megaraptor's purple light started to shine brightly, allowing it to heal and launch a devastating counterattack. The Megaraptor, now infused with newfound strength, launched itself at Utahraptor with unmatched speed and power. It threw Utahraptor into the air, engaging in a fierce aerial battle that shook the very clouds above. The two predators exchanged blows midair, their clashes causing the clouds to dissipate and the ground below to tremble. As they fell back to the ground, the Megaraptor managed to catch Utahraptor with its jaws, unleashing a final devastating blow that sent shockwaves through the area. Utahraptor, heavily injured and exhausted, lay briefly unconscious on the ground as the Megaraptor stood victorious. But as the Megaraptor turned to leave, Utahraptor slowly rose to its feet, determined to continue the fight. The two dinosaurs clashed once more, with Utahraptor putting up a fierce resistance despite its injuries. The battle raged on, with both predators unleashing all their strength and power in a final showdown. In the end, it was Utahraptor who emerged victorious, using its last reserves of energy to defeat the Megaraptor once and for all. The Megaraptor, heavily injured and exhausted, retreated into the distance, leaving Utahraptor to rest and recover from the brutal battle. As the night fell, Utahraptor found a peaceful spot to rest, closing its glowing purple eyes and drifting off to sleep. The screen faded to black, leaving the outcome of the epic battle between the purple-eyed raptors shrouded in mystery and awe. Words. 600. The battle between the purple-eyed Utahraptor and Megaraptor was one for the ages. It all began with a fierce clash as the two dinosaurs lunged at each other, their eyes glowing with the power of the purple mist that surrounded them. The ground shook as they collided, sending shockwaves through the air. The Utahraptor, with its razor-sharp claws and glowing purple eyes, fought fiercely against the larger and more powerful Megaraptor. The two beasts rolled on the ground, clawing and biting at each other with relentless fury. The air was filled with the sound of roaring and snarling as the battle raged on. Utahraptor used its glowing purple energy waves to push back Megaraptor, but the larger dinosaur refused to be defeated. Megaraptor countered with its own powerful attacks, sending Utahraptor flying through the air with each heavy blow. As the battle continued, both dinosaurs sustained heavy injuries, their bodies covered in wounds and scratches. But thanks to their glowing purple eyes, they were able to heal and regenerate from each other's brutal assaults. The power of their eyes was truly remarkable, allowing them to recover quickly and continue the fight. The two dinosaurs clashed with incredible force, their movements sending rocks shattering and debris flying in all directions. Megaraptor used its superior size and strength to overpower Utahraptor, but the smaller dinosaur fought back with all its might. In a moment of desperation, Utahraptor managed to pierce through Megaraptor's skull with its glowing claws, hoping to deliver a fatal blow. But to its surprise, Megaraptor's eyes began to shine even brighter, and the wounded dinosaur launched a fierce counterattack. Utahraptor found itself caught in Megaraptor's jaws, unable to break free from the powerful grip. As Megaraptor thrashed and tossed Utahraptor around like a ragdoll, it seemed as though the smaller dinosaur was doomed. But Utahraptor refused to give up. With a burst of energy from its glowing eyes, it broke free from Megaraptor's hold and launched a counteroffensive of its own. The two dinosaurs clashed once more, their bodies colliding with earth-shattering force. The battle took them to the skies, where they fought midair with incredible speed and ferocity. Utahraptor scratched and bit at Megaraptor, the force of their blows causing the clouds to part and the ground below to tremble. As they fell back to the ground, the fight only intensified. Utahraptor and Megaraptor continued to clash, their glowing eyes casting an eerie light on the surrounding landscape. The ground shook with each impact, rocks crumbling and trees swaying under the force of their battle. The final showdown took them to a plateau, where the two dinosaurs clashed with all their remaining strength. Utahraptor, battered and bruised, fought valiantly against Megaraptor, determined to emerge victorious. In a last-ditch effort, Utahraptor managed to gain the upper hand, using its glowing eyes to deliver a final blow to Megaraptor. The larger dinosaur fell, its glowing eyes fading as it lay defeated. Utahraptor, exhausted but triumphant, watched as Megaraptor slowly walked away, its once formidable form now weakened and injured. With a sense of relief, Utahraptor allowed itself to rest, finally able to heal and recover from the grueling battle. As night fell, Utahraptor found a peaceful spot to rest, closing its eyes and drifting off to sleep. The battle may have been won, but the memory of the epic clash with Megaraptor would live on in dinosaur lore for generations to come. The fight between the purple-eyed rivals had been a true test of strength, courage, and resilience, a battle that would never be forgotten. Words. 600. The sun was setting in the prehistoric world as the purple-eyed Utahraptor Austramaceae stood on a rocky plateau, its sharp-clawed feet gripping the ground firmly. The purple misty gaseous substance slowly floated through its body, swirling around like a mysterious aura. Suddenly, the purple-eyed Megaraptor emerged from the mist, its own glowing eyes locked onto Utahraptor. The two dinosaurs stared at each other, the tension palpable in the air. Without warning, Megaraptor lunged at Utahraptor, tackling it to the ground. The two raptors rolled and tumbled, claws slashing and teeth gnashing as they fought for dominance. Utahraptor used its purple energy waves to push Megaraptor off, but the larger dinosaur quickly recovered and pounced back, launching Utahraptor into a nearby rock. As Utahraptor struggled to get up, Megaraptor jumped on top of it, relentless in its attack. Utahraptor fought back fiercely, using its jaws and claws to thrash Megaraptor and throw it into a nearby rock. The impact caused the rock to crack, but Megaraptor emerged unscathed and retaliated with a tail swipe that sent Utahraptor flying. The two raptors clashed in midair, their purple eyes glowing brightly as they tore through the sky. Utahraptor managed to gain the upper hand, inflicting heavy wounds on Megaraptor with each strike. But Megaraptor's glowing purple eyes allowed it to heal and recover quickly, turning the tide of the battle. As the fight continued, the dinosaurs collided with rocks, caves, and mountains, leaving destruction in their wake. Utahraptor used its glowing eyes to regenerate its injuries, while Megaraptor unleashed powerful energy waves from its tail swipes. The battle reached its climax when Megaraptor ripped off Utahraptor's tail, sending it crashing to the ground. Utahraptor lay still, seemingly defeated, as Megaraptor loomed over it, ready to deliver the final blow. But Utahraptor summoned the last of its strength, using its glowing eyes to heal itself and regrow its lost tail. With a renewed sense of determination, Utahraptor rose to its feet and faced Megaraptor one last time. The two dinosaurs locked eyes, a silent understanding passing between them. Utahraptor chose to let Megaraptor go, deciding to walk away and seek peace instead of continuing the cycle of violence. As the night fell, Utahraptor found a peaceful spot to rest, closing its eyes and drifting off to sleep. The battle may have been brutal and exhausting, but in the end, both raptors found a moment of respite in the quiet of the night. The sun rose on a new day in the prehistoric world, bringing with it a sense of hope and renewal. The purple-eyed raptors may have been fierce warriors, but even they knew the importance of rest and recovery after a long and intense battle. And as Utahraptor slept peacefully, its wounds slowly healing, it was a reminder that even in the midst of conflict, there is always room for peace and forgiveness. Words. In the ancient world of the dinosaurs, a fierce battle was taking place between two powerful creatures, the Utahraptor austramaci and the Megaraptor. Both of these dinosaurs had glowing purple eyes, which gave them unique abilities and powers. The fight began with the Utahraptor launching itself at the Megaraptor, their purple eyes shimmering with energy. The Megaraptor retaliated by throwing the Utahraptor against a rock, but the Utahraptor used its own glowing eyes to emit energy waves and push back the Megaraptor. The battle continued, with the two dinosaurs rolling on the ground, clawing and biting at each other fiercely. The Megaraptor managed to gain the upper hand, thrashing the Utahraptor with its powerful tail swipes. But the Utahraptor fought back, using its claws to pierce through the skull of the Megaraptor in a desperate attempt to defeat its opponent. However, to the surprise of the Utahraptor, the Megaraptor's purple eyes started shining brightly, and it began to heal and regenerate from the injuries inflicted by the Utahraptor. The Megaraptor grabbed the Utahraptor by the throat, refusing to let go, and continued to thrash and attack. But the Utahraptor managed to break free, grabbing the Megaraptor by the tail and throwing it away. The two dinosaurs collided and clashed repeatedly, each using their glowing purple eyes and energy waves to gain the upper hand. The battle escalated as they leapt and collided in midair, scratching, biting, and thrashing at each other with intense force. The environment around them was filled with smoke and debris as they continued their relentless fight. The Utahraptor, battered and wounded, used its glowing eyes to regenerate its injuries and wounds, but the Megaraptor proved to be a formidable opponent. With its own glowing eyes, the Megaraptor launched itself at the Utahraptor, sending it flying and causing shockwaves with every impact. The battle reached its climax as the two dinosaurs collided with such force that they went through rocks and into caves. The caves collapsed, with both dinosaurs emerging from the rubble, ready to continue their fight. In a final showdown, the Megaraptor managed to gain the upper hand, relentlessly attacking the Utahraptor with its claws and jaws. The Utahraptor, weakened and exhausted, was unable to fend off the relentless assault. As the Megaraptor lifted the Utahraptor high in the air, ready to deliver the final blow, the Utahraptor fell unconscious. The Megaraptor, its purple eyes fading, dropped the Utahraptor and walked away, injured and exhausted, seeking rest and peace. The Utahraptor, after regaining consciousness, slowly got up and struggled to heal itself using the last of its energy. It found a peaceful spot to rest and sleep, letting go of the battle and seeking recovery from the intense fight with the Megaraptor. As night fell, the Utahraptor closed its eyes and drifted off to sleep, finally finding peace after the brutal battle with its purple-eyed counterpart. And so, the ancient rivalry between the Utahraptor and the Megaraptor came to an end, with both dinosaurs finding solace in the stillness of the night. Words. 509. The sun was setting on the prehistoric landscape, casting an eerie purple glow over the land. Two fearsome raptors, Utahraptor austramaci and Megaraptor, with glowing purple eyes locked in a fierce battle. The two predators circled each other, their claws ready for the impending clash. Utahraptor, with its sharp claws and powerful jaws, lunged at Megaraptor first. The two clashed in a blur of purple and dust, their bodies rolling and thrashing on the ground. Megaraptor managed to get a hold of Utahraptor, scratching it with its claws. But Utahraptor unleashed its own power, emitting purple energy waves from its roar to push Megaraptor back. Utahraptor grabbed Megaraptor by its tail, using its jaws to thrash and throw it into a nearby rock. Megaraptor, however, was not so easily defeated. It jumped back into the fray, landing on Utahraptor with a heavy thud. The two raptors exchanged blows, each trying to gain the upper hand in the battle. As the fight raged on, both raptors used their glowing purple eyes to heal and regenerate from their injuries. Utahraptor, covered in wounds and scratches, used its eyes to regenerate its injuries and continue the fight. Megaraptor, with its own glowing purple eyes, fought back fiercely, refusing to be defeated. The battle escalated as the two raptors collided with each other again and again, sending shockwaves through the land. They soared through the skies, slashing and biting at each other midair. The sheer force of their clash shattered rocks and sent debris flying in all directions. The fight eventually led them into a cave, where they continued to battle relentlessly. The cave collapsed around them as they clashed, the sound of their roars echoing through the darkness. Despite the chaos, both raptors emerged from the rubble, ready to continue the fight. Utahraptor and Megaraptor clashed in a final showdown on the top of a plateau, their powers at their peak. Megaraptor managed to gain the upper hand, throwing Utahraptor high up into the air. But Utahraptor fought back, using its tail swipe to catch Megaraptor in midair and unleash a devastating collision that sent shockwaves throughout the land. Both raptors lay exhausted and injured, panting heavily from their fierce battle. Megaraptor, with its glowing purple eyes fading, turned away and began to walk off into the distance. Utahraptor, weak and wounded, watched as Megaraptor disappeared into the night. Deciding to let go of the fight, Utahraptor used the last of its energy to heal itself and regrow its lost tail. Finding a peaceful spot to rest, Utahraptor lay down and drifted off to sleep, finally able to rest after the long and brutal battle with Megaraptor. As the night fell, both raptors slept peacefully, their glowing purple eyes dimming as they rested from the exhausting battle. The prehistoric landscape was once again quiet, the only sound the gentle rustling of leaves in the wind. The battle of the purple-eyed raptors had come to an end, leaving only peace and quiet in its wake. Words. 501. The battle between the purple-eyed Utahraptor and Megaraptor was one for the ages. The two fierce and powerful creatures clashed with ferocity and determination, their glowing purple eyes adding an eerie yet captivating element to the fight. As the narrator observed the showdown, he couldn't help but marvel at the sheer strength and resilience displayed by both raptors. The way they used their glowing eyes to heal and regenerate themselves mid-battle was truly a sight to behold. Look at them go, folks. The Utahraptor and Megaraptor are locked in a battle of epic proportions, using their glowing purple eyes to unleash devastating attacks and heal themselves, the narrator exclaimed, his voice filled with excitement. The ground shook with each clash, rocks shattering and debris flying as the raptors pummeled each other with relentless force. The narrator could barely keep up with the lightning-fast movements and fierce exchanges between the two creatures. Just when you think one of them has the upper hand, the other comes back with a vengeance. It's a back-and-forth battle of wills, with neither raptor willing to back down, the narrator narrated, his eyes wide with anticipation. As the battle raged on, the Utahraptor and Megaraptor seemed evenly matched, each refusing to give an inch. The narrator could feel the tension in the air, the anticipation building as the two powerful creatures clashed with all their might. But as the fight neared its climax, it became clear that only one of them would emerge victorious. The Utahraptor, battered and bruised, managed to gain the upper hand and deliver a fatal blow to the Megaraptor, or so it seemed. Is this the end for the Megaraptor? Will the Utahraptor finally claim victory in this epic battle? The narrator asked, his voice tinged with suspense. But just when it seemed like the Utahraptor had won, the Megaraptor revealed a surprising resilience, rising from the brink of defeat and launching a counterattack with astonishing speed and power. The narrator could hardly believe his eyes as the two raptors continued to clash, their glowing purple eyes lighting up the night sky as they fought with unmatched intensity and determination. In the end, both raptors lay exhausted and injured, but unbowed. As they walked away from the battlefield, the narrator couldn't help but feel a sense of awe at the incredible display of strength and tenacity he had witnessed. And so, the Utahraptor and Megaraptor, two fierce and powerful creatures, have fought to a standstill. Who knows what the future holds for these magnificent beings, but one thing is for certain, their battle will be remembered for generations to come, the narrator concluded, his voice filled with reverence for the incredible beings he had witnessed in action. Words. 459. As the misty purple gas slowly faded, the two purple-eyed raptors, Utahraptor and Megaraptor, stood face to face, ready for battle. Utahraptor let out a fearsome roar as Megaraptor lunged forward, claws extended. The two clashed, their purple eyes glowing brightly in the dim light of the fading mist. Utahraptor, using its powerful legs, managed to push Megaraptor back, only for Megaraptor to retaliate with a swift tail swipe. Utahraptor was sent tumbling, but quickly regained its footing, emitting purple waves of energy from its claws to push Megaraptor back. The battle raged on, both raptors trading blows and scratches as they rolled on the ground, each trying to gain the upper hand. Utahraptor, using its jaws, managed to grab hold of Megaraptor's tail, thrashing it with all its might. Megaraptor, however, refused to back down, using its own glowing eyes to heal and recover from the injuries inflicted by Utahraptor. As the two raptors continued to fight, the ground beneath them shook with each impact, rocks crumbling and scattering in all directions. Utahraptor, determined to emerge victorious, unleashed a powerful roar, emitting energy waves that sent Megaraptor flying into a nearby rock. But Megaraptor, fueled by the glowing purple light emanating from its eyes, quickly recovered and launched itself at Utahraptor with incredible speed. The two collided in midair, claws and teeth bared as they scratched and bit at each other with ferocity. The battle reached its climax when Megaraptor managed to rip off Utahraptor's tail, sending it crashing into the rocky wall of a mountain. Utahraptor, now heavily injured and panting for breath, could barely stand as Megaraptor loomed over it, claws poised to strike. With one final burst of energy, Megaraptor dealt a devastating blow to Utahraptor, sending it crashing to the ground in defeat. As Megaraptor walked away, its purple eyes slowly fading, Utahraptor, determined to recover and regrow its lost tail, began to heal itself using the remaining energy from its own glowing eyes. The night fell, the stars twinkling in the dark sky as Utahraptor found a peaceful spot to rest and recuperate. Exhausted from the intense battle, both raptors now slept soundly, the echoes of their fierce fight fading into the night. And so, the tale of the purple-eyed raptors came to an end, a story of bravery, resilience, and the enduring power of glowing purple eyes in the face of adversity. Words. 401.